In this video, I would like to talk about some of the ingredients that I fall back to for creating psychologically safe meetings. One of the key things is, and this is maybe a bit of a repeat from other videos, is to have a very clear intention, desired outcome, agenda, rules, roles, time for the meeting. And by having that in place, you give everyone a chance to know what to expect, and you can keep the meeting on track. That, of course, helps people to feel more safe because they know where roughly the meeting is going to go. Another trick or ingredient is to have a physical object that help sequence who speaks. So in the past, I have also introduced in the videos that one of the key facilitation principles is to basically have conversations sequenced. And a good way to really keep and give space for each individual is to have a talking object like a ball or a glass or like something that you designate as like only the person who holds this object is allowed to speak. And it kind of like lets everyone else relax and also the one speaking relax because it's clear who has metaphorically the ball or actually also literally the ball and is allowed to speak and therefore has more safety, for example, not being interrupted. Another one is to have a clear set of instructions for the ones who are listening. So, for example, do we encourage silence and sort of aware listening, or do we want certain types of responses? And maybe even we want to clarify. There are two different types of responses that you can give. There's clarifying questions that can be asked, and then reactions come later. So again, it creates more safety for someone speaking up to be able to roughly know, okay, am I gonna be challenged right away, or do I have space to sort of articulate my thoughts, when to expect what kind of feedback from other participants. Another ingredient, of course, can be check-ins. So having a question that you ask in the beginning of a meeting to let everyone speak. And by that, sort of giving everyone a voice and making sure not only 2, 3 people are heard, but actually everyone is heard in the beginning of the meeting and therefore has an easier time speaking up later as well. And then as a facilitator, I'm of course trying to look for different body language cues, like are people sort of mentally checking out or crossing their arms? So like you can see so much reactions. And when there's maybe strong reactions, there's a chance to take a time out and to ask participants like, hey, I noticed that you rolled your eyes. What is that about? Like, so that it's addressed rather upfront instead of like a slowly building wave of maybe passive checking out or resistance. What other ingredients do you use when you facilitate and when you design workshops and meetings in a psychological safe way? I'm curious, and have a good week.